Hey everybody, it's Teresa from the Empty Armchair, and if you can see the clothes, that can only mean one thing. It's packing day, and we are getting ready to go on Allure of the Seas on a transatlantic cruise again. So we are packing today on Saturday, October 18th. We leave Wednesday, October 22nd, and we board the ship on Sunday, October 26th. So again, we're going to Barcelona for a couple of days, and then once we get on board the ship, we're going to Palma de Mallorca, Alicante, Cartagena, Malaga, and then we will be 8 days at sea on our way to Fort Lauderdale. So anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about planning your wardrobe for a cruise like this, because I know that a lot of people aren't sure what they should do, how they should pack. It's hard to tell what the weather is going to be like. We're a week out from the cruise itself. Right now we can only see temperatures for Barcelona and the first port of Palma de Mallorca. And it's kind of hard because it's over a week out. A lot can change in that time. So you have to kind of guess as far as what you're going to pack to wear. First off, when you are going to do a transatlantic cruise, I strongly recommend that you plan on wearing things that you can layer so that you can have a lightweight jacket or sweater that you can always put on in case you need to go with it being colder. Another thing I really recommend is that you plan on doing a spreadsheet. So I have a spreadsheet for every single day that we are traveling. I've put down the temperatures, I've put down the different places that we're going each day, and the rough weather forecast for that time for each of these ports. And then I write down all the different things that I'm going to wear. I know a lot of people want to be free and say, I don't want to be tied to a particular outfit or whatever weeks in advance, but you have to think this way in order to plan what you're going to pack, especially if you're one of those very talented people who can pack with just a carry-on and then plan on doing laundry on board the ship. Now, Royal Caribbean does not have laundry facilities on board their ship. You only get a bag that you can fill as much as you can in this paper bag, and they charge you $35 for it. And I have a video for that, and I'll link to it up here so you can see that video of what it looks like and how much you can get in there. Because if you have more than one person in your cabin, which most of you will, you're not going to get a lot in there. You're pretty much just going to do undies and socks. So it's a lot harder to pack carry-on unless you're going to do laundry every other day or every couple of days. You can do it. It can be done. Not by me. I am a heavy packer. I pack a big suitcase, a big 28. I pack a 24. I check them, and then I have a rolling bag, and I have a brand new backpack that actually looks like as though it has an actual suitcase on the back of it. It's soft, and I'm really excited about checking it out on this particular trip because I think it's going to be a game changer. My former backpack, which I've used, my purple backpack, I use it for everyday commuting. I have traveled with it extensively. I love it, but this one just is a little bit easier because it actually opens, and I will show that to you in a bit after I've had it packed so that you can see how much actually gets in, you can get in there. And I'll link to it in the description box below, as well as my purple backpack, which I absolutely love. I'll link to that as well. I've been using it for about 5 years, and it's fantastic just for what I need for my purposes. It's just a little bit too small, and I need something just a little bit bigger and something that's a little easier to organize. One of the other things that I've also done with my spreadsheets I've had them before as Word documents, and I'm now transitioning to having them on Google Docs so that I can access it at any time without having paper. But in the meantime, I'm writing on paper as I am trying to determine what I'm going to wear. So what you see behind me is this first half from here to here. That's what I'm wearing from the purple shirt down to the blue shirt. That is travel day through embarkation day. This here is, let's see, from here to here is on board the ship. This is my dress your best night, and I've got a lounging dress here. I've got another one that's on the bed. And then I've got a bunch of t-shirts and capris that I'm also going to be wearing on board the ship. So what I try to do is anything that is from here to here, which is the stuff that we're going to need before we get on the ship, those clothes are going to go in my medium suitcase. All the other clothes, which are on my bed, which I still have to pack, plus all of these will go in my big suitcase. I will not open the big suitcase until I get on board the ship. I find it much easier that way, so that anything that I need while I'm on board the ship only is just tucked away, and I don't have to worry about it when we're actually in Barcelona. So it makes it a lot easier just to have one bag that you're dealing with in Barcelona or wherever the cruise port is, whether it's Rome, Southampton, you know, wherever you're going to start your transatlantic from. And we're doing a westbound, which means we're going from the east, Europe, to the west, to Florida. If you're going to do the reverse, say you're going from the US to Europe, then it really doesn't matter how you do it, because you're going to be on the ship right away for 2 weeks. And then when you want to get off the ship, and then if you're going to explore Barcelona or other parts in Europe, and you only want to have to access, you know, the few days worth of clothes or whatever, then you can do that in the reverse and put those clothes just in the medium bag, and you don't have to worry about anything that's in the big bag. Or you can be one of those people with a carry-on and travel very lightly. But again, I'm not that person. I like my stuff. I like to be prepared. I like to have everything with me. I know what I want. I know what I need. And so we're heavy packers. So I'm taking 2 suitcases. Pam is taking 2 suitcases. We both have a rolling bag. We both have a backpack. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I will show you how I pack my bags, because one of the things that I've also started doing is taking pictures of what's inside my bag, so that when it comes time to pack at the end of the cruise, I can see exactly how everything was placed. And that also will help me the next time that I am going to be going on a cruise. So anyway, that is what is happening today. And I got to get started on all the folding and putting stuff in and figuring out which packing cube things need to go in. That's another thing. I love packing cubes. They make it so much easier. And I have a lot of different types that I've tried over the years. And I'll also link to that below in the description box, the ones that I've used. But anyway, that's what it's all about. So let's get started. So one of the first things I want to show you is this is my rough draft of my clipboard showing what I'm going to pack for each of the days. I've put the temperatures on the left-hand side next to the date. Also, if it's going to be rainy or not. I also have put down what the events are going to be that I'm going to be attending on board the ship. And they've already told us what the dining attire should be if you're going to be having dinner in the main dining room. So, for instance, resort casual for embarkation day and Palma de Mallorca. Dress your best for Alicante. We're doing Caribbean and white. We haven't decided yet if it's Caribbean or white. They've got them both down. And again, they've got the first couple of days that are already posted on our app telling us what to wear. And so we're not eating in the main dining room this time, but we are having specialty dining, such as in Mason Jar. We're going to Chops, we're going to Azumi, but I'm only putting down specifically the stuff that I'm going to wear during the day, because again, I just have a couple of outfits over that on the left that I had shown you, or I should say when you saw it on the right, showing some of the things that I'm planning on taking for those particular nights. One of the things I always want to take with me is one of these big mailing envelopes. I have an insulated one, a smaller insulated one, medium-sized insulated one. That way if I buy anything that is fragile, they'll go in those. So usually these will go in my big bag on the very bottom. This is one I'm not going to access until I get to the ship. So they all fit inside of each other, and I really suggest that you do something like that. So if you do purchase anything that is breakable or fragile, that you have a little bit more protection. Another thing that I am going to bring is I always bring an extra duffel bag, so that at the end of the cruise, if my bags are heavy, or if I've bought extra stuff that my regular luggage isn't going to be able to hold, I'll have to check 3 bags instead of 2. For us, it's worthwhile because we do like to shop, and also I collect the ship models on board the ship, so those have to go inside my checked luggage. And so a lot of times what we'll do is we'll put our dirty clothes in the duffel bag because it's not as protected as our regular suitcases. So the duffel bag is an extra nice thing to pack. Just in case, just make certain that you don't forget it when you are leaving the cruise terminal when you get off the cruise. I happened to do that at the end of our Panama Canal cruise last year, and I had to have them ship it to me. Okay, so here is the large suitcase. So as I showed you before, I have the big envelopes are down there. I have a pop-up hamper, a little one, that I take to put dirty clothes in. This here has my jeans and my dressy clothes for the cruise. The extra bag, I put in a bunch of the stuff that I'm not going to need until I'm on board the ship. So I've got some extra, towel bands and stuff like that I'm not going to need until I'm there. Then here on this side, so this is my costume, and you don't get to see that until it's Halloween, because we will be on the cruise during Halloween. This one has my shorts and some shirts. This one has my bras. Here's my pants, and here's underwear and socks. So I still have room for one more bag here. I'm not sure if I'm going to or if I'll just do that, but I do have room for a little bit more. But that is my big bag. Right now it weighs about 40 pounds, including the suitcase itself. So I don't want to really put any more in it because that will make it too heavy. So that means I have to put all my shoes in my medium bag, or my backpack or whatever. I'm going to have to spread out my shoes because I just don't have room for them here in the big bag. So anyway, that's what the big bag looks like. And we'll get started on the medium bag. So it's a different day. Next day, Sunday, the 18th, 19th. And I've finished with my medium bag. So my medium bag is everything that I'm going to use during our time in Barcelona. So we get there Thursday, and so everything in here needs to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and for the morning of embarkation day on Sunday. So this here is my lug toiletry bag. And this is where I have all of my toiletries and stuff like that. This has some shoes, and then underneath I have a couple of, just loose items and stuff. So I'm bringing along 2 of these collapsible storage boxes. I have 2 in here. I have 2 in the big suitcase. Those actually are going to be used on the ship in my cabin. And I just want to make certain that they're spread out because they're a little bulky. But I am bringing those. I do have my pajamas that I'm using, my slippers for when we're in Barcelona, and then my hat, some extra Kleenex. This is another toiletry bag. So this one has all of my dry stuff. This one has like the toothpaste and all of my medication that I don't need to check. I mean, I don't want to have on my person. I only actually have one prescription that I am carrying on with me. This one has like my vitamins and stuff like that. This one has all of my liquids. So I'm bringing along like some Listerine and then all of the shampoo that I want. Sometimes they do shampoos on board the ship that they'll use scents I'm allergic to, such as some of them do eucalyptus. I'm allergic to eucalyptus. So I like to bring my own shampoos. I got my perfume. This one here, I like this bag because it does have space for jewelry. I would not check this if I was taking expensive jewelry. I just have a couple of little pieces here. I always bring some extra baggies because you never know if you're going to need some of that. But if I had any real valuables, I would put this in my carry-on. But because I don't, I'm putting it here. I'll link to this bag. I have a matching electronics bag I'm not carrying with me because that's where I store all of my cords and power banks and stuff like that. And I'm not bringing that this time, but I do like this one because it's a hanging bag. And I'll show you what that looks like when we're actually unpacked and on board the ship. But these here are all my little compression bags that have my shirts and socks and underwear and what I'm going to need for the ship. It is supposed to rain on embarkation day, so I am bringing an umbrella. I also have these larger size bags that we use for dirty clothes that will go in that hamper that I showed you that's in my big bag. But I always like to bring some of those. That way I can put like underwear and socks in one of them. I could put shirts in a different one. I could put pants in a different one if I wanted to do that, just as a way to separate things. Also, when Pam and I share a cabin, it's been very helpful. So she can put her stuff in hers, I can put my stuff in mine, and then we just stand them upright inside that bag, but the collapsible hamper. But since she has her own cabin and she has her own hamper now, she's responsible for her own stuff. So anyway, so this is the big bag, the medium bag. The big bag is underneath it, still open, because I'm leaving it open till the morning that we're going to depart, so that if I have any last minute things that I can put in there, I will do that. I do have another pair of shoes here in a shoe bag that's going to go in the big bag, but that'll go in on Wednesday morning, right before the Lyft driver comes and picks us up. So anyway, it continues, and now I'm going to go back upstairs. I'm going to work on my carry-on and my backpack. They're both pretty much done, but I'm using my clipboard, going through and checking off things and making certain things are in the proper place, because I did move some things. So I need to make certain that when I take this to work tomorrow, I'm going to upgrade everything onto my Google Docs, or I should say Google Sheets, spreadsheet that I have set up for these now, to make certain that everything is set up properly. And then I'm going to print a fresh one, print a couple of those, bring those with me. Now I do always keep space. There's always like spaces next to it. So if I want to check off when we're in Barcelona that I have stuff in here, that I'm packing again, to make certain I have all the right things in this bag, that helps. And then I also have one that I, for when I am on the ship and I want to track what I am going to be packing. And especially at the end of the cruise, because you want to make certain that you have everything logged in and you don't forget anything. So that's it for now. And then I have to go through all of my stuff that might still need to be on here. Like I haven't put jewelry on here. I haven't picked out any jewelry. I haven't packed any jewelry. I'm not going to take a super lot, but I am going to take a few pieces, and I will carry that in my carry-on. So anyway, that's it for now. So as I mentioned earlier, I usually travel with this backpack. This is my regular workday backpack, and it has served me fantastically for many years. But as you can see, in comparison to this one, it is like totally different as far as size goes. This one is carry-on size standard now. So this one works. But this one, it's just a traditional backpack. I mean, it's got room for a laptop back here. It's got some extra pockets. It's got a ton of pockets in here. There's pockets here. There's pockets here. I mean, it's a great backpack. And if you're looking for a day-to-day backpack or something that's for light travel, I really love this backpack. It's really cheap. I mean, I think we paid less than $10 for it, maybe 15, but it's a fantastic backpack. But for a transatlantic, I need a lot more space. So this one has the full backpack stuff. It's also got the little slider thing so that you can put it on top of your carry-on, which I really like. But this is the part I love. It is the size of a suitcase. So this one, it comes with a shoe bag, which I'm going to use for my dirty clothes. We're going to be staying at the Admirals Club once we reach JFK, and we're there for about 9 hours. And I'm going to be taking a shower there. So this is my change of clothes. This is what I'm going to wear in from JFK to Barcelona on Wednesday night. This has my hair care, since I'm going to wash my hair. So I got my comb, my brush, some hair toys, stuff like that. So that's what this is. And then it's got these great pockets. So I'm putting stuff in here that I want on my person and I do not want to check. So these are all of my cruise tags. And all of my cruise tags are already in their individual pouches. They've already got the, it's got the little cords here. So these are ready for the cruise. So these are great. I'll link to those in the description below if you're looking for some of those. I have an envelope of dollar bills, single dollar bills, and these for on board the ship for tipping any of the bartenders. And then I have a power bank here. I got masks up here. Then what I like is they've got this pocket, and I put everything that I want to have access to during the flight in here. So when we flew last time, we flew premium economy, they gave us one of these amenity kits, and we never used it. I mean, I pulled it out, and it still had the lock on it, so I went ahead and took that off, and I put stuff in here that I want to have access to. But anything that I want access to during the flight is in here. And then it has this huge laptop pocket, but I use it, or I will be using it. This is my travel wallet. This is where I put everything for this trip. I have every single day is in here. I have all of my documentation, copies of receipts, things of that nature, and then I can put stuff in here during the cruise and during our time in Barcelona. And then when I come home, this goes into a box, and that box will have anything that I purchased, and then I use that for my scrapbooking. I can put it in here. Sorry, I had to put the phone down because it was not catching. And then it's 2 zippers, so I can lock it. This is zippered all the way around. It's got a handle. There's no wheels, so you can't wheel it. But this is perfect to go on top of a carry-on. But this is Tay gear. This is the first time I'm going to be using it. I'm really excited about it because I think it's going to be an indispensable travel item for me to use in the future for any of these big sorts of trips, or even for a weekend. Once I come back, I've got a scrapbooking weekend, and I may just use this bag for everything that I'm going to take for that weekend. I don't have to take anything else but this bag. And I think that's going to be fantastic. So anyway, the backpack is now done. I just need to seal it up. I have some last minute things that I can put in here. But for right now, the backpack is done, and all I have left is the carry-on. So my last carry-on is my Samsonite, and this thing is great because it fits right underneath my seat in front of me, or it can fit in the overhead bin. It's really small, but it holds a lot of stuff. So I usually keep my passport in this wallet, in this pocket, with my passport wallet and copies of my tickets and everything in there. And then this is the entrance to the thing itself. So I bring magazines and stuff like that, my Kindle. I have all of my electronic stuff that I will be using during the cruise. I keep that in there, but it's pretty spacious. This is where I'll keep my jewelry because I can lock it and I can put it overhead and not have to worry about it. Whereas my backpack, I'm going to keep under the seat in front of me so that I can have ease of access to whatever's inside that I want during the flights. But this is a really nice one if you're looking for one that is a roller. It's a spinner, and it's got the expandable up here on the top. But it's really sturdy. It's a good workhorse. We've been using this one for probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years. We got ours at the Rent Them outlets for about $100. But, it's got a little side pocket over here. I put like Kleenex and stuff like that in there. But it's really nice and very compact. So if you're looking for something along those lines, definitely Samsonite obviously is good to use. And again, we've been using these for a good long time. So anyway, that's the end of the packing and showing you what goes into packing for a transatlantic cruise. I've been doing this all day, so I'm kind of messy, and this is actually Sunday. And I'm really tired. So I just ask that if you found this helpful, to please like and subscribe to my channel so that YouTube knows that people are interested in this kind of content. My channel is small. The vast majority of you who watch my channel are not subscribers. And I very much would like you to be subscribers because this trip is going to be fantastic. Spain is an amazing place, and the ship we're going on, which is Allure of the Seas, is a really good ship. And I just want you to be able to see the beauty of extended cruising beyond just going on a simple 7-day cruise to the Caribbean, and to see that there is so much more out there. So if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. It lets YouTube know that people like you are interested in content like this, and that they should show it to more people, so that other people like you who don't know about cruising, or are interested in learning about cruising, or have never been on a transatlantic, or maybe haven't even packed for a cruise before in your life. That's what this video is about, and this is what my channel is about, to teach you about how to cruise and how fun it is, and all the wonderful things that you're going to experience on a cruise. So anyway, I'm very tired. I'm going to sign off now. So the next time you'll see me will be the day that we are leaving for the cruise. So anyway, or I should say leaving for Barcelona. So anyway, I will talk to all of you soon, and have a great day. Bye.